Thank you very much for joining us here on the Big Story. Lots that's lined up like always. But first, let's begin the broadcast with big news concerning the markets. In fact, the rupee falls 7 paise to 87.38 against the US dollar. The rupee logs its worst day in over a month. In fact, uncertainty over recession impacts the markets. Clearly, in those numbers that we're just telling you about, the US tariff policy continues to dominate the markets. And that's a significant development that we're looking at. Not such great news in terms of how that's panned out. Given to understand, Varun Dubey, my colleague, joins me for more on that. Varun, very good morning. Looking at the situation, clearly uncertainty is also prevailing in the market. But more importantly, if you could help us understand this better.
Definitely. So there is uncertainty in the market, and this uncertainty is basically, if you look, this comes from the US markets, because what's happening is the Trump policies and also recession concerns from the US are actually hampering the global markets all over. This actually impacted the US markets yesterday, where we see overall US markets market cap going down by around 4 trillion and a big sell-off in the US market. That resulted in a big sell-off in the Asian markets, and hence in the initial trades we saw sell-off in the Indian markets as well. But if you look at the strength of the Indian markets, from the lows, we have also seen recovery in the Indian markets, because if you look in the initial trade, Nifty was down more than 0.5%, Bank Nifty was down 1%, mid-cap and small-cap saw a sell-off of more than 1%. But now if you look, Nifty is in green, mid-cap index is in green, and it is up more than 0.5%. And also if you look, small-cap index and Bank Nifty, we have seen some sort of recovery over there. So if you look at Indian markets, no doubt there is some sort of recovery, but it's the US market and actually the global markets that is impacting the Indian markets. For Indian markets, the sectors which have actually turned around are the real estate, pharma and metal index. But yes, the IT index is seeing a fall of around 1.4%, 1.5%. And the main reason because of this is because most of your IT companies are US related. And yesterday we saw a big fall in Nasdaq, a big fall in US markets, so that's impacting our markets as well. So there is uncertainty in US, especially regarding the economic growth and also the inflationary pressures because of US tariffs, and that is impacting the US markets and global markets as well. But yes, to some respite, we are seeing some respite in Indian markets, and actually the Indian markets are off lows.
Right, Varun. Thank you for joining us with more on that and helping our viewers better understand the same and the factors also contributing to what we're looking at with the current situation at the markets. But for now, we leave it at that. We're shifting our focus to more big inputs that we're tracking.